What's up, everybody? Welcome to my 2021 year in review video. Every single year on the channel, I like to do like a yearly recap. And last year, for 2020, I actually forgot to do that. And I was a little bit upset. I forgot to do and recap like an amazing year for the channel. And this year, I obviously don't want to miss it. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be more of a sit down discussion, talking / podcast type video. Maybe even you can consider it like a pilot episode to what it would be like if I did a podcast, which is something I've been wanting to get into for a super long time. So if you guys like this format, drop a like, and even if you maybe want to see me start a podcast, maybe drop who you think I should co-host with down below in the comments, and we'll kind of see if we can get something like that started up in 2022. But a fair warning, today's video is probably going to be boring for the majority of you. If you guys are looking for some really fun content, action-packed, quick edits, this is not going to be the video for you. I will have videos coming up tomorrow and the next day, regular scheduled, so you guys can come back for that. However, if you're someone who wants to sort of get a little bit more of a one-on-one with me, maybe talk a little bit about the year and want to hear my thoughts about the year as it went through for me personally and for the channel, this is going to be something for you. So I actually have a list on my phone here. I made some notes of stuff I want to cover, and there's actually a decent amount of stuff. And again, this video is going to primarily be relating to the channel and how the channel did in the community, not necessarily so much my personal life. However, I will add some stuff when I think it's appropriate. 2021, it was a good year. It wasn't necessarily a bad year. It was just sort of a mediocre year. There were some good things. There were some bad things. In fact, I actually started off the year in 2021 probably at my all-time low in terms of YouTube, in terms of motivation. Later in 2020, right before this year started, around November, December, I was not making videos at all. I was suffering from just essentially a low amount of motivation and just a lack of excitement for YouTube. I came back for the first charity live stream, and after that we did sort of pick up, but I started off the year at a pretty low point. I really didn't know where I wanted to go with my channel. I wasn't really feeling having too much stuff going on at the moment. In fact, I actually have this like Darth Vader thing here, so I'm actually going to use that prop on my phone, and we can use that for the notes I made. So we started off the year in January with actually the first ever mock contest on the channel. I've done mock contests in the past. They were okay. I only got a few entries, but it's been a while since I did one. It was actually a really fun mock contest. The parameters were, I think you had to build something from any of the TV shows at the time. So it was Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance, or The Mandalorian. We had over 150 entries to it, which was super fun. I saw a lot of cool mocks, and hopefully you guys had a good time. I will be doing some sort of mock contest going into this year, so make sure you definitely stay tuned for that. But that was super fun. I love seeing all you guys make mocks, make creations, and share them with me, and getting to choose a winner was super hard because there were so many cool ones, but it was really awesome to see that I've inspired so many of you guys to continue building and just have a fun time. And whether it be during your winter break from school, from work, or whatever it may be, I think that was a really fun time. So for those of you who participated in the mock contest, thank you so much. I'm going to be doing another one this year, so make sure you stay tuned with even better prizes. So that's going to be super cool. And then probably the worst thing that happened for the channel in the year of 2021 was I canceled Endor. Endor was a series I started late in 2020. I had gotten a series sponsor on board. I had commissioned a custom intro, someone to make like an introduction sequence for the series. It was a lot. I invested a lot of money. I invested a lot of time in this series, and I think I started it in November of 2020, and by March, I canceled it. And I don't think people quite understand how vulnerable I was to canceling this mock, because again, I had invested so much money, so much time. I had brought Firestar Toys on as a sponsor, and when I pitched the series, I said, hey, this is how long it's going to be. You're going to get this many episodes. What can I get in exchange? And I had to write an email to them saying, hey, I can't do it. I got to cancel it. And that definitely was a little bit of a gut punch and sucked. I know people like to joke about canceling Endor. I don't really count canceling Jeddah because that was a super small series, but canceling Endor was a really big deal. And I think this is definitely like the peak, or I should say the low of this channel for that year for sure. It took a lot to cancel the Endor, and I sort of realized over the next couple of weeks that I can't build Endor. Between work, space, money, and a bunch of other things at the time, Endor just wasn't a possibility. And a big reason for that was because I was still in school. I was entering my last semester in school and college as a senior, so I was super busy getting stuff done. And, you know, realizing Endor wasn't going to be able to be finished was a big gut punch to me, and I definitely was really embarrassed because of it. I never opened up like that, but it sucked. But we canceled Endor. It was for the better. I didn't want to lose my motivation for making videos or making mock videos or whatever it may be, so that's kind of where that came from. And then in April, I got some great news back. I'd actually been onboarded as RLFM, or Recognized LEGO Fan Media, on the LAN for LEGO Ambassador Network. I had applied in January for the second time. I got in then. I actually applied a first time a couple of months prior, but I was denied because of my profile picture. It was technically an intellectual property violation, which kind of stunk, but I had to wait a couple of months, and thankfully in April I was on board into LAN. Now, I know a lot of the community has very mixed feelings and opinions about LAN, and I totally respect those. But for me, LAN is a tool to grow my own channel, and it's not really necessarily a marketing tool or anything like that, although a lot of the perks do reflect on my channel for getting good views and all that kind of stuff. But the LAN for me is just another step into working hopefully more closely with the company, and I think I actually got some really good opportunities immediately because of that. So in April, I was onboarded into LAN. I had been the Empire LEGO Ambassador. I handed it off to my friend Anthony, and I immediately started to see some really cool opportunities from this LAN onboarding, which was a big game changer for me and helped me get more motivated for sure. The next two things I have here in my notes, we have the Bad Bad Shuttle review. So the first review offer I ever got as an RLFM for my own channel was the Bad Bad Shuttle. I was super happy I got this because I wasn't sure, because I was onboarded late. I wasn't sure if I was going to qualify for this one, but I got it and ended up getting a really good video out of it. I think it was one of the first reviews out there. And this was my first time getting experience to just how powerful these review videos can be, especially if you're first, second, or third. If you're somewhat prominent and you make a video covering these reviews, it kind of opened my eyes up. I've never been one to really do reviews a lot on the channel. I don't really gravitate towards making reviews at all, but it was super fun. I really enjoyed live streaming the build with chat early, so that way people could see the build process, and then also making the review video was a really fun time, and it did very, very well. So I was sort of exposed to how good review videos can be if you really work hard and you get them out early, which was a really cool experience. And also a little bit more exciting, as soon as I was onboarded in April, I got an email from one of my contacts from LEGO and from LAN, and they actually had an opportunity for me to go to the brand new 5th Avenue Rockefeller LEGO store in New York City early. I was going to go there. I had my videographer with me. We filmed a couple of shots and got some B-roll and made a really cool video, but we were able to get in there early before anybody else was, which was super awesome. We were able to get basically a exclusive solo sneak peek look. I had a great conversation with the store manager of the New York City Rockefeller store. I believe her name was Rachel. She's amazing, on the off chance she's watching, so I hope you're doing fantastic, and thank you so much for the experience. But it was really cool to get inside this brand new store, and this is the first LEGO store that has this sort of new modern concept with the different layout and all that kind of stuff. So that was an incredible experience. So a huge shout out to Ryan, who was my videographer for the day, and also my contacts from LEGO. You guys know who you are. You guys are awesome. And then that sort of streak continued into the summer. In July, we had the UCS Gunship Reveal, and this was obviously a very big, momentous occasion for the community, for everyone who voted for the UCS Gunship. And even if you didn't, I did not vote for the Gunship. I voted for the Nebulon Frigate, but I was still really excited to get the UCS Gunship. I did a review for Empire Lug and for me as well. I was able to get a cool exclusive sneak peek, and there was this whole thing with the UCS Gunship. There was the premiere, there was the interview and stuff, and regardless of what your sentiment is about how it was revealed or what you think about issues with the Gunship marketing release, you could obviously point this to as one of the most impactful moments in the LEGO Star Wars community, especially in recent time. It was a big event for all of us, you know, getting recognized by LEGO saying, hey, like, we listened to your vote, we want to definitely give you guys what you want. And I think that was a great continuation of just LEGO being a little bit more in touch with the fan community. Obviously, in 2020, in the summer wave, we got a lot of Clone Wars sets, which is what a lot of us were asking for. We saw that going into this summer with the Gunship and the release and stuff, and that was an amazing experience. And then probably the highlight of this year, if I'm being incredibly honest, was Brick Fair, Virginia. It had been 2 years since I've seen any of my best friends in the world. I had been 2 years since I had helped put on an Empire Lug display or been at a convention at all. And it was a really, really rewarding experience. And I found myself taking it in more so, whereas Matt and BrickWiz in years past would have been like vlog, content. This year, I was definitely more taking in the moment. I was catching up with some people I hadn't seen in so long, getting to meet new people as well, and it was just a really fun experience. But I loved making the content from Brick Fair, whether it be from the vlogs that we made, which I think were really, really good vlogs this year, or even when we got to go into the Tyson's Corner store early on August 1st, we were able to see the line, make like a whole video documenting that day, which was an incredible experience. It was really fun, and I hope that we can make that like an annual tradition, hopefully, every single year when we are at Tyson's, which should be super fun. But the most important thing about Brick Fair, Virginia, like I said, was getting to see everyone, getting to hang out with everyone, meet new people, see old faces, and honestly, I'm just super excited. And one of the greatest things to come from. The conventions like this is just the inspiration and the motivation that you get after you see so many people with all these incredible mocks and incredible displays, seeing so many content creators and people having a good time, people who are very similar in what they enjoy with you. And I think that right there is the most important thing. And that was a big thing getting me back into the swing of things here for this year, for the channel, for motivation with videos and creating mocks and everything like that. Now, after the summer, we actually had some pretty interesting review offers for the channel, which I was not expecting, but looking back, these are some of my favorite sets of the year. We actually got a review offer for the Hogwarts Icon set and the Home Alone, two sets of which I was not expecting at all. And I remember vividly opening the Home Alone box when I got it at home, and I was shocked. I did not know how big it was going to be, what the size was, but those two videos were amazing for me. I had a lot of fun making those videos, building the sets, especially the Home Alone and even the Harry Potter, because I freaking love Harry Potter. So those two review offers are really fun for me. It was unique and definitely surprising, which is why I included it on this list, because it was just such a cool experience, and I love doing that. And again, the Hogwarts Icons and the Home Alone are among my top 4 or 5 sets of the year, which was fun to be able to get those directly from LEGO, which was awesome. So that was incredible. And then continuing the streak of review offers later in the year, we got the AT-AT review offer for Beyond the Brick. Now, unfortunately, my channel here did not get the opportunity, but Beyond the Brick, as I am a contributor, they did reach out. I got the AT-AT for them, made some really fun videos, and the AT-AT was something I wasn't necessarily looking forward to. I just didn't see why I should be excited for something like this. But after getting it, after building it, after seeing it, it's my favorite set of the year. And that's really cool to say. In fact, I actually did a little bit of a piece for Jay's Brick blog from Australia. He should be posting that at some point soon. I'm not sure if it's going to be at this point or later. If it is, I'll link it down below. But the AT-AT was the best set for the year for me. Obviously, I didn't pay a single penny for it, which is amazing. But I think the most important thing is it shows how far LEGO has come with the ingenuity and with the techniques, with the parts usage. You know, if you look 10 years back, if you put yourself 10 years ago in the LEGO Star Wars community, a 2-foot tall minifigure scale walker was something that really wasn't expected. It really wouldn't even be possible, I feel like. But now it is, and now stuff like that is, and now the Falcon and the AT-AT and the Star Destroyer and the Hogwarts Icons and all that kind of stuff is a reality. And I think it just shows how far LEGO has come. Obviously, still a lot of things to work on, but I think in terms of like a product portfolio, it is absolutely killer. And then we ended off the year with 2 things that I loved and I really enjoyed doing. First off, we started building Raxus in LEGO. Obviously, there's been a couple of weeks off because of the holidays, Christmas, and the charity live stream, but Raxus is coming back on this Sunday, so 2 days from when this video gets posted. But Raxus was an interesting selection for me, and I got a question all the time about why Raxus. No one really knows too much about Raxus. Why not Camino? Why not other planets that had more action? And the honest answer is, when I saw Raxus in the trailer, I immediately thought of me building that. And that is a feeling I rarely get. In fact, the only other time I've gotten that really was with an Axis. And that series did phenomenal. I had such a great motivation for that mock, and I really had a good time. And that was the most important thing. After canceling Endor earlier in the year, I wanted to make sure I was choosing a mock that was going to be somewhat fun for me and something I can enjoy. So Raxus, even though it's a little more obscure and maybe not necessarily as popular in the series, really isn't doing that crazy in terms of views and outreach, but I'm okay with that because I'm having a good time and I'm really enjoying my time building and stuff like that. So Raxus, we started, I think it was, I want to say November, and the series is going strong. We've obviously had a couple of hiccups with other obligations like the charity stream and stuff like that, but we're going to be returning this Sunday. So I'm honestly loving Raxus so much, and I think that it's going to be a good series when we close it out too, with the finale, with the cinematic, and I'm planning on bringing it to Brick Fair, Virginia, 2022, which is going to be exciting. So for those of you who are going to be in the area or stopping by, it will be there, which is awesome. And then the very last thing I have on the slate for 2021 was the charity live stream. The amount of pressure and anxiety I felt planning this event was kind of weird. You know, personally, I really don't feel like the mental stress too much. But ever since I really started planning this like vividly in about November, it was stressful. For those of you who have run an event like this, whether it be charity stream, a collaboration stream, or anything like that, it gets really, really stressful. And obviously, I think I have the ability to deliver on a very entertaining, a very exciting, and incentivized stream. But there's always that little worry that, you know, you're going to screw up or you're going to miss something. And even when I started this stream, this is so freaking embarrassing. But when we started the live stream, I was introducing Holly and David, who are my co-hosts, and they were muted. So no one could hear them until someone told me. And I just felt like an absolute idiot. But that's like, those are the things that you worry about. And, you know, I think I planned for about 14 or 15 hours on this live stream, figuring out the video, the audio, the music, the overlays, the prizes, the images, all that kind of stuff, the stream deck, the transitions, everything like that. It might not look like a lot went into that stream, but I probably spent about 14 hours planning it and only 3.5 hours actually performing the event, which just goes to show how much goes into behind the scenes stuff like this. So if you don't have an appreciation, hopefully now you kind of do. The charity live stream was awesome. It was amazing. Unfortunately, the day of the stream, I felt the worst I had felt the entire year. My throat was in agonizing pain. I had a huge headache, but thankfully for Holly and David, who carried the co-hosting, to be honest with you, I think we had a really fun event. We raised over $2,000 for an amazing cause, and it was just a super fun time. So the charity live stream was definitely the main most important thing of this year for me. It is something I'm going to be doing every single year. So every single year we'll be going back, try and do it bigger and better. In fact, this time I waxed my leg twice. We had some Bean Boozle stuff. I showed a really embarrassing picture of me in a Toys R Us catalog. I showed the video of me dancing in a High School Musical. So there's always going to be a pressure to one-up myself for next year, which is definitely going to be interesting to see how I go with that, but that's that. So I'm looking at my notes. That's just about everything I have for this year. And then my last bullet point is 2022 question mark. A lot of the questions I get is, what are your goals for next year? What are your plans for next year? To be honest, I think I'm at a point in my channel where I'm very content. Earlier in 2021, as like a brief summary of kind of this entire video, I was very concerned about what my future would be because I graduated in the spring, which I forgot to mention, I guess, from college. And there's always the questions, every single family gathering, oh, what are you going to be doing? Where, what internship do you have? What job do you have? And there was a lot of questionable stuff going on. But I think throughout this year, I was able to lock in on things that I enjoy. I was able to appreciate things that I enjoy. But I'm actually at a point in the channel where I'm very happy with where I am. And I'm not saying that I'm settling, right? Like, I definitely want to keep forward and keep pushing and keep making good content and grow as much as I can. But it's not as much of a pressure on my shoulders. And that just allows me to make videos a lot more exciting. And it makes it more fun for me as a creator to exercise my creative flow, my juices and stuff like that, to make fun videos and stuff like that. So I think 2022 is going to be a fun year. I'm definitely going to be at Brick World Chicago, Brick Fair Virginia. I'm actually might be taking a trip to the Lego House tour later in the year, which is going to be very exciting. Of course, I'm looking forward to all the opportunities I can have with respect to LAN, hopefully getting some more stuff like that, getting some fun set review offers and other cool stuff like that. 2022 is going to be a big year. Not really for the channel, but for me personally, I do have some pretty big ambitions for 2022, and I would hope to see them come to fruition that year, but we'll see. We'll kind of see where it goes. That's kind of my motto for 2022 is whatever happens, happens, and we're going to work our hardest and take advantage of what we can and be thankful for what we do have. So thank you guys for watching. I'm looking at my recording unedited. That's about 18 minutes. Hopefully it's not too long. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you want to see me make a podcast, if you like listening to me talk, maybe drop a like. Let me know down below in the comments. This is actually a fun video. I like doing this sort of sit down discussion with you guys. It's a lot more rewarding, I think is the word that I would use. But thank you guys for watching. Drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. 2022, we got a lot of fun content coming up. Raxus returns on Sunday. We got a fun video tomorrow for January 1st releases as well, so don't miss any of those. And yeah, that's all we got for today. Have a good one. See you later. Take it easy. Peace.